So, meanwhile, everyone is accessing the environment. So just wanted to understand from you guys, like in case anyone have any kind of doubts or questions, like from the yesterday topic. So yesterday we did some kind of basic commands and we went on with that. So today we are going to continue in the same capacity. We did work on the tar command and in the same way we are going to continue further today. So all right, let's talk about that part here. Now we pretty much talked about the basic Linux commands, right? And we like talked about yesterday some basic commands we touched base and we worked on those. And if I really go and connect over here in this one, because again, what happens is um, one second, right? So if I run the history command, I will be able to see that what are the different commands I executed there, right? So history is a command where you get the complete details on what are the different, kind of options are available there, like how we can go and we can perform the like different commands which we have executed. So it's a kind of interview which is being done, which is going to be performed over here. And then technically it's like really going to help us to see that how the implementations is really going to be considered here. So that's a very point. That's important stuff which we will be like following it up, and we are going to take care of those kind of setups here. Now tar command is what we did, and you see this command. So we pretty much created up an particular tar file, right? And using which we are going to go ahead and we are going to create an archive file. And this archive file is something which is pretty much like going to go and archive both the files over here. So that's what we will be like able to perform, and we can take care of those kind of a setup here. So definitely that's the approach which we have to specify. Now again, yes, we are going for the archival. We are creating up the archival over here in this one, right? And yes, we do have a lot of options which is available there on how the implementations are really going to be generated. We can take care of those parts. We also have like, for example, some of the other complementary things. For example, if I have to see like what exactly it's packaged yesterday, right? So whatever we have packaged yesterday, we can get those details using the tar tvf command here. So you can see like we are going to see like two files are there. One is like document.txt and one is like readme.txt. Both the files we have really got over here in this one, and we are definitely going to see like how these implementations are really going to be working up here. So that's a kind of an a valid thing which we have to process, and we have to consider here. And again, if you want to extract, then we can use, and we can use the like tar hyphen xvf, right? So that's also like something we can go and we can utilize to take care of those kind of an implementation here. So different setups and different implementations is what we can go and we can process here, so that we will be able to see like how the implementations are really going to be generated. So a proper value is what we will be able to process here, right? So let's see. And what we are going to do is like we are going to talk about how the different things goes on. So here we are going to go for that particular attribute here, right? Fantastic. The next command which we have over here is the grep command. Now, what is the purpose of a grep command? So grep command is like, for example, when you talk about or when you like work with the text files, right? In case of the like when you work it off in your platform. So what happens is like we go and we provide some values, like we can really go ahead and give some kind of an informations. Like for example, when we go ahead and we talk about some kind of an like scenarios or some kind of an implementations. For example, um, like when you have like 1 second. This is my notepad here, right? So if I have to like really go and find out something, let's say 172. So what's happening is that we are like pretty much going to have the options. It's going to let me know that whether this is something which is really going to be working up over here in this one. So that's a kind of an implementation which is available there. And we are definitely going to see that how these different configurations are really going to be working up. You can also go for and replace. I mean, like if you want to really go ahead and perform a replace activity, that is also something I can do. So find and replace is also what we can practically go and we can perform here. So, but this is something which is being done from the GUI. I mean, like we are like really going to perform all these kind of an thing over here, so that we can see that how these implementations are really going to be generated here, and then we can consider those kind of in like a possibilities here. So different possibilities which is really going to be available here, and we can take care of those kind of in like a value here. Right now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one doubt. So, you use that tar space TVF, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in which scenario you are using hyphen TVF, and which scenario you are not using that TVF?
It depends to command there, right? So
Okay.
whatever the syntax I'm like sharing with you, so exactly in the same manner you have to like utilize there,
Okay,
right?
so
So if
that
you
Word document which you showed, that only we will follow, right?
yes, but again, if you like give a hyphen also there, that it's not going to be a like much difficult there, because like I told you that
Okay.
the same command can be executed in multiple times there. So I have given you some examples, you can follow that, but you might have like different options available there. So like I said, that it's a very vast thing there.
Yeah, so sir, that can you just show that Word command file which you are showing, that Linux top 50 commands, right?
Mhm.
That word only we are following, right? So from the top itself we are taking, right? Just
I'm going
to
to randomly pick up the commands.
okay,
This is not the line-to-line document I'm going to follow over here.
okay,
I'm going
okay.
to just refer the commands there. There are a lot of options. We are not going to cover each and every option. We have just 10 hours there. So depending on the time and depending on the content, I'm going to adjust it. But this
Oh,
is a
okay.
reference document for you, so you have to practice on top of these, whatever the different options are there. So go practice and learn the topics.
Okay, yeah, sure, sir. Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Now,
Excuse me.
yeah.
So what's the difference between CVF and TVF?
CVF is for creating the parallelly. You can refer the document also. There is a reason why I've given the document. Create a new tar file. We have CVF. Extract from an existing tar file XVF. X is there for that. View an existing tar file. We have TVF. So these are the options which we can go and we can follow. All right. Now, so we have the control F option, which is really going to be available there, and we can definitely see like how this is really going to be working up over here in this one. So that's an important stuff which we have to follow here. Now, Once we have that controller feature here, now in case of Linux, we don't have GUI. That's like something which we are aware of, and it's not like I can go and like start getting a GUI and do these things. So pretty much here, like everything needs to be done from the command line. Sometimes it's really frustrated also that if you wanted to do the things in just one or two things in just 1 or 2 seconds, you are spending up like minutes of time duration to run the commands. But again, it's only there in the initial stage. Once you're comfortable with the commands, then it's going to be much faster, even faster than the GUI there, because again, the performance issues is not going to come. Like, I mean, you are trying to connect to a virtual machine, then you are waiting for the GUI to load. So it takes a lot of time. But in the command line, you're going to do the things quite quickly and quite faster. And that's the kind of an advantage which you're going to get here. But again, definitely we can go and we can change it up to any kind of an like a those platform here, right? Now, so here we went on, say I have two files. So first of all, what I did is like I actually went on and looking for the content keyword into my text file, like whatever the text files I really have over here. So I'm just going for the particular different files over here in this one. So we will be able to get that information. So what's going to happen is that I did not got any kind of in content there. Why I did not got any content? Because there was no patch found in the file. So I tried to look for this value into the each and every text file, but I was not able to find that, right? So that was not working. Then what I did is like I just went on and used a particular hyphen I feature, right? And what exactly is the hyphen I, like value over here, that it actually goes up and ignore the case. Why exactly ignore the case? Because again, see, the thing is that we might have written the content in a different way. For example, it was able to find out the content in readme.txt file because it was mentioned in the lower case. You can see that. So this string was like listed on over there. So we can definitely go and we can refer to that. We can work with that particular option over here. So we are giving those details, and again, when we are trying to go for the grep hyphen IR, like I is for the interactive mode, sorry, I is for the ignore case, and R is for the recursive. So when we do that, when we like perform that part, so what's going to happen is that we will be able to get the content listed down over here in this one. So we will be able to see like how the implementations are going to be done, going to be performed. So this is going to do nothing, but it's going to look for the content keyword in all the files or like whatever the folders present in the current directory. It's going to look for that particular stuff here. So you can see like it found out the results in the bash history also. It going up in the different log files also, and again it's like even looking forward for the tar files. So you get that kind of an options, you get those kind of an details over here in this one, that how exactly these things goes on there. So different options are there. Hyphen I is for ignoring the case, and R is for recursively looking forward in the current directory also and in the subdirectory also. So that's how you will be able to look for the pattern to the particular string here. So whatever the ways you wish, like you wanted to get the values, you can go and you can have that kind of stuff done here.
In the
Mhm.
first command, is it necessary to give content in double quotes? The first line, grep content star dot text.
No, it's working without quotes also there. But when you have a string file, when you wanted to look for a string value which is having a space or something like that, that's going to be required in a single quotes or a double quotes there. Right now, it's just a single value. That's why we don't have to do that. But we can go and use the single quotes and double quotes of our choice. We can do that definitely. Come on, guys, let's quickly do this.
Anuj, can you just explain IR command once? Grep IR.
I is for ignoring the case, because I don't know, there are some content you can see like which is also there in the lower case, right? But if I give the like a because when you talk about the grep command, it's going to look for that particular specific IP address there, right? And like uh, I mean, like that's the kind of and stuff which is available there, and we definitely be able to see like how the implementations are going to work. And then like practically what happen is like we will be able to look for that part. And I is like you wanted to look for the, you can see the searches over here. In some cases, like it's coming up as a higher case, then two letters are in uppercase, the content completely is there in the lower case. You have that variation, so that variation is coming up to you, right? You will be able to get that kind of and like stuff here, that yes, this is the way that how the implementations are really going to be working up, and we are going to take care of those kind of like a setup here. So that's a way that how these things are going to be usually working up, and we can take care of those kind of implementations here. So that's a way that how this goes by.
So Anuj, so first I tried with grep condense star.x, and then I tried with a grep hyphen I condense star.x, but I don't see any fires. It's just nothing is displaying.
Share the output and the command which you executed in the chat window so that I can see that.
Okay.
So, sir, I have a
Mm-hmm,
question. So,
mm-hmm.
uh, if I compare the document, like few file names, they are not with the extension or somewhere, even the previous question which I asked, like putting the content in double quotes. So, like mentioning that or mentioning file extension is not necessary every time, or whenever we have confusing keywords available there, that time only you put extension or things in a double quote or specify any particular thing. Is it like that? That means if there are sample 0, 1, 2 files, then we if I want to work with only sample file, then mention sample.txt or simply mention sample. Is it matching keyword kind of? You got my question?
See, like what I understood is, see, the thing is that it depends on like what kind of a pattern we are setting up here. For example, now, I mean, what is the first command purpose there? I mean, the grep command is only used because right now I'm just running this command on a random text files there.
Mm-hmm.
But it would make more sense that if I go and run this command onto a particular application logs, like I wanted to look for the errors. I don't know like which log file is having the errors, but still I wanted to do that. I have like a gigabytes of like log files And certainly I don't want to like open each and every log file and look for errors there. So this grep command is basically a kind of a pattern matching command, and it's look for the patterns there. Now, for example, here I look for this one, exactly the same value I'm looking forward there. It's not there. The content is available like this. The content is available like this. And I when I went with the star.txt, it's not looking for any kind of an other values there. Then I went on with a hyphen I to ignore the case. It's totally fine if some content is there with the lower case. It does not really matches with the pattern you're providing, but that's fine. Since it's the ignoring of the case, so it works perfectly fine, and we get the proper output. Then we have hyphen IR, like hyphen I is for the particular, like ignore case, and R is basically there for the recursive, like because I don't know, like in my current directory it's available, or maybe in my subdirectory it's available, or maybe in the sub to sub directory it's available there. So I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I don't have that kind of an details here. So in such cases, in such scenario, what we can do is like we can see that how the implementations are really going to be done, going to be performed, and we can get hold of those kind of values here. So that's the way that how these things are going to matter there. So this is the reason why I'm doing like a dot, because it's going to look for that file or for that pattern in the current directory, in all the subdirectories also there. So you can see like these are coming up from the subdirectories, and there are some files present in the current directory. So from there also it's going to look for the patterns and show to us. So that's the overall purpose of using this script command here.
Okay.
All right. And but again, we do have like this command available as a kind of an approach, like how the things are really going to work, and then we can get hold of those kind of an attributes here.
Hi Anuj,
Mhm.
I'm running these all commands, but there is showing no any documents and all.
One second, I was checking someone else's output also there.
I think might be no data, no content you added because of that. Because I tried with that, it's working.
So see, the thing is that I actually ran these commands. Now, if you have not executed or added this content yesterday, right, as per my command, so definitely in that case, you will not be able to get that kind of an values. Like you will not be able to have those, contents there. So, maybe if it's not like you're not able to see the content, value over there. So what you can do is like you can maybe search for any other pattern which you feel like okay, which is existing up into your files. So you can look for that also. So it's totally fine. I'm just trying to look for that particular value over here. So according to that, this is going to work.
Actually, this grep command, is it used for searching something? I mean,
That's
like
what I think.
this grep command. I'm a little confused with this command. Is it for searching something? Searching any content? Like,
Yeah, I have also shared the problem statement in which situation we use the grep command there. So for looking for the error messages when you're not sure that which file is having what kind of an like a files present there. So when you are having such a high level of uncertainty, so that's where we can go and we can fix this kind of an values here. So just for browsing things and getting the like a content, so we use this command here.
okay, like a certain pattern of line. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's not like when you're going to run for the grep command. So it will look for the patterns in, depending on the commands which you run. So whether it's going to look for that pattern in the current directory, in the current files, or maybe in some any other files there. So it depends on the grep command which you're running there. And then according to that, we will be able to get those kind of values. So it's a step-by-step approach which is suddenly going to be addressed there. And again, the important stuff is that when we are running these commands, we are like we are always saying that we are running these commands because we are not sure where exactly my code is present. So since I don't have the certain access, that's why we just went on and going up with the different implementations. Yeah, so that's the kind of an approach or mechanism which we have to follow.
So there is a find command that is used, that is also used for searching something.
See, there are so many commands are there, but I guess when we will be like doing the commands one by one, right? So that's why I think we have to do a more commands. So we have to definitely go and see like how these things works, and we have to run. So find commands and all that stuffs are there, but every command have its own meaning, like for what purpose they are using that part.
Okay.
Right? Perfect.
Hello, Anas sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now we are just finding content word in the file, right? In the file data. Suppose in case we have more than one word, so how should we find it?
No, when you're searching for a particular string, you will run that only. No? If you try to search for 2, 3 patterns, so what will happen? You will be getting mix of the results there. So you will not get any things. The command is present, but again, the particular values you will not be able to understand that what kind of a pattern you are really getting over here.
Okay,
So
at a time we can find only one word.
no, technically we can do multiple also.
Okay.
But the thing is that we if you go and search one pattern, so that's going to be more than sufficient for us, because whatever the results comes in, at least I know like this is something which is coming up for this pattern. If you give 2, 3 patterns, then what will happen that all those results will be coming up to you, and you will not know which pattern is giving what results there. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, along with that, I you have used that R also. So, for what that R we are using, sir?
Guys, I'm getting repetitive questions though.
Okay, okay.
So I mean, we have to really, uh, do some kind of a change in the approach there, because I have explained the command third time
Okay,
as
okay, sir. That is for the recursiveness. Okay, okay.
well. Yes, yes, right. So I mean, what we do is now. So first of all, when I'm running the command or when I'm explaining the command, try to only focus on the command. Ask me the questions around that, and then practice it. Because the same question I'm floating, and it's taking time also, and it's consuming up your time only there, because ultimately we have 10 hours only, so we are not going to extend more than 10, right? So the more and more commands we will do, that's going to better have an understanding there. So certain questions I would really recommend you, that once you do the practical hands-on, like if you have a question that what will happen that if I put r in the before, instead of grep hyphen ir, if I just simply say what is the difference between I and ri there. So try that, you yourself will get the answer that there is no difference on there. So that's why these questions will save us a lot of time there. When genuinely you don't understand that what exactly this command is doing, just let me know there itself, I'll repeat it up there. But don't run the commands parallelly. Hear me out what exactly I'm explaining, and then further execute those commands. I'm giving ample amount of time to everyone to run those things. Right? Perfect.
Okay. Oh, one minute, Anuj. One
Hmm.
sec, one sec.
I'm bringing the command once again. Yeah.
Yeah. So this binary file matches. So that comes when the grip, this one?
When you don't have a text file, so it's a binary file which is available. For example, tar file is there.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
in the tar file, also you have the text files, right? Which is
Mhm.
having readme.txt file. So it's not giving you exactly, because it's not going to go inside the binary file and give you the pattern. But it says that this file exists there. So now it's up to you that how you're going to extract it, or you're going to get the content from there.
Yeah, got it. Makes sense. Thank you.
No. So the next thing which we are going to perform, we are going to do over here is, I mean, like we have to see that how the things works. I mean, like this is something which is only going to help me to have an understanding that how these things works. Because again, with this particular part here, so like we will be able to take care of those kind of like a functionalities here. So that's the way that like the particular functionalities which is going to be generated here. So different functions, so different options is really going to be like generated there. All right, perfect. How to find the files, because this one is just going to show me or tell me that like the pattern exists in so and so files there. But let's say now this one would be an ideal situation for the logs, to find out the logs, that to find out the error messages from multiple logs. I have 20 log files, and if I wanted to go and get the error logs from there, so this is something which is going to make more sense to me. But let's say if I'm not aware of certain files, certain configurations, I really wanted to access those configurations, but unfortunately I don't know the path where those configurations really exist. So in that case, there is a command called find, which is available there. So find command is used to locate the files and directories which we wanted to refer, and we can utilize. So let's take care of that command step by step. Multiple options I'm going to show you. First, see onto my screen and then try to replicate up so that you can have a little bit understanding that how these commands really gets executed there. So first thing we will be doing is we will be going for the simple find command, like a plain text find command. When you go and when you execute over here, so what will happen that it will be able to show you by default all the files present in the current or in the subdirectories, like whatever the subdirectories are there. So it's going to go and locate the files. So you can see we have these different files. These different kind of an attributes are going to be available there, right? So we will be able to have that kind of like a specification. So according to that, we will be able to get hold of those kind of like a values here. And again, but this is just a default command there, right? So you can see that there are some files present in the docker folder, .docker folder. So it's going to locate those files to me, and we are going to get that kind of like a options here. So different implementations is what we will be able to go ahead, and we will be able to see that kind of an attribute here, right? Now, if I wanted to locate the files, I'm going to run the find dot hyphen t f, which is going to give me the files which is like really going to be present over here, right? But again, in case of find, you also get the folders also there. See, desktop is basically a folder. The files are also available there. That's fine, because again, you can see like the duplicate things are coming up there. So technically the file is only one, this one only, but when you run the find command, by default these folders are also coming up over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these folders are also like coming up included or along with that part here. And then you also have a kind of a file in this one. But yes, when you specifically look for the files, for example, find dot hyphen type f, find dot hyphen type d. So when you do that, so what's going to happen is like we will be able to get the files and directories listed down over here. So you will be able to have that kind of an stuff here. So you can see this command is going to list down all the files, and this command is going to list down all the folders to me. I can give the path also like this, that if not the current directory, but again in the root directory, you wanted to list all the files and folders present. So these are the kind of in commands which is available there. So just Just try these commands. There are some other possibilities also available there, like how we can go ahead and look for some kind of an patterns, some kind of an file pattern, patterns over here in this one. So that's also like something we are going to touch base, and we are going to look upon over here in this one. So like those functionalities we are going to consider here. But yes, using the find command, we can go and we can find out both the like our files and the implementations over here in this case.
So what is the difference between find and ls hyphen lr? That also same, right? Find and
Which one? Find and
ls hyphen l that lart. That also getting that all the files and all, right?
no, that is not going to show you the files which is present in the subdirectories, but this command is really going to do that.
And also find it is listing the hidden files also, unlike ls command. Is that right, Anuj? That's what I can see.
Yeah, because the LSF and LRT is only going to show you the files which is like really available in the current directory, right? And but again, if I just and along with that, a lot of other scrap information is also coming up, right? But here at least you don't have to do that. I mean, here you have the find command and just the file names or the folder names are coming to you. So it's not like some scrapped data is coming up over here in this one. So that's not exactly there. And again, you can see like here, because I have some couple of options also which is not possible with the LSF and LRT. Like I can like look for a patterns also. I can go for a specific like a values. So a lot of things, a lot of possibilities are there with the help of the find command, because that extends a lot there. But yes, definitely LSF and LRT is something which is going to give you a kind of unlimited information, but not a kind of an replacement for find.
And all these files are under root folder only, right? Root is a base directory, right?
Slash, not root, but slash. So slash is the main directory where all the different files and folders are going to be present there, right? But again, as you can see here, that when I ran the last command, like a find slash root, so what's really happening is that like it's pretty much going to show me all the directories present in the root directory. So we will be able to get those kind of in like values over here in this one.
Sir, D or F means D drive or F drive.
Sorry, D driver. D is for directory, not a drives here.
F means F, hyphen type F.
It's a file. So again, two commands are there. One is like with the type F and one is the type D. So type F is going to list down all the files which is there in the current directory, and type D is the one which is going to help you with all the directories present in the current directory. So these are the two commands which we are going to utilize, and we are going to refer over here. So using these, we will be able to have the kind of in setup and the implementations performed here. And again, like I said, that there are some couple of other options are also available there. For example, if we wanted to look for the files or folders on the basis of names, even that is also something which is available there, and we can definitely go and take care of those kind of like a setup. So different implementations we will be able to address, and we can take care of those kind of like a setups there. Or and proper implementation is what we are going to try out, and let's see how it works, so that we can have a better understanding or a better clarity here.
Anuj,
Mhm.
so I can see that both find dot hyphen type D and find slash root type D both having same data. Only thing that it's showing a root also. So that is a I can see that is the only difference. So
Because when you run in a specific directory. So each and every file or a folder name will have the particular that uh, folder also in there. So if you're putting up like slash root, what's happening is like slash root is popping up over there, and we are going to get those kind of in like options. So slash, if I give it up, let's say slash tmp.
Okay, okay. We can
So
specify that folder. Okay.
yes, because because if that's how you will be able to get the proper values, like you will be able to get the full path here. This is basically a full path, like without this, all these things here, all these details here.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Now let's talk about some of the patterns, like the on the basis of names or maybe some kind of an partial matches over here. So let's consider those things, because again that's how we are going to see like how the implementations are going to be done, going to be performed here. Okay, let me. I mean, there are so many files which is available there in the in my current directory. You can see here, but I'm also going for a pattern, like a hyphen name I'm giving over here, and like we will be able to see like how these things are going to be generated here. So that's like how this is going to work, and we will be able to have that kind of an like a values here. So that's how this kind of an like approaches which is going to be generated here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So that hyphen name you have given, so it is searching by that name of the file. Uh,
Yeah, of course, hyphen name is there, right? The parameters are pretty much clear that what exactly it's trying to do over here. It's doing a partial match over here that any files with an extension called like a star.txt, it's like really going to give you that kind of an options here. And then according to that, we are going to get that particular values. So you can give an exact name also, but if you are not aware of the exact names, we can definitely, we can go and we can take care of those kind of an like a setups here. So definitely that's the kind of an approach which is going to be generated.
so, sir, suppose there is any scenario, say we need to trigger two commands at a time. So, how we can trigger that?
Mm, I did not understand. Can you repeat once again?
Yeah. So, actually, what I was trying to say, like, suppose we have to trigger both command at a time,
Yeah.
like find tmp type d, and also this one type f1, or say find type f name hyphen name txt star, and that find uh, d also, or f also. So is it also possible?
Sorry, I did not understand your question. So one is like you're saying that one you like go for the text files here. And
Yeah,
the second one, what you want to have another parameter to go for the this thing to go
yeah,
for the
correct,
maybe a kind of an star.tar file here.
correct, yeah.
Let me try that too. Okay, try to say like find dot type f. So if I mean like there is one parameters which is really going to be available over here, but if I like, try to give something like this, so you can see like we are not going to get any kind of an output over here, because again if you see this command, what we are trying to do is like we are trying to search or look for the files with the like star.tar file here and star.txt. So again, we are not getting the exact details or the exact output here. So if you use either star.tar file or star.txt file, then it's like fine. It's like perfect there. It works smoothly without any issues. But again, if we try to use or we are trying to give some different values, it's simply going to fail for us, and we are not going to get the standard values or the response here. So again, with this command is only going to take the single parameters, and then only it's going to work for us. Because if you do the control F also, right, in a notepad, simple thing is like if you do a control F, what do? You search for a pattern one time, right? It's not like 5, 6 patterns you can provide and then it gives you the output like that. Still, it's possible in Linux because it's like quite flexible there. But majority of the commands is not something which we can drive in this way also, and it can be driven in some other ways also there. So we provide a certain patterns, we provide certain inputs. Depending on that, we get the response. And if we want to have the results in a different way, we can customize it, and we can of course go and adjust it up also there. So we have all that flexibility. But again, multiple patterns. Very few organizations, for example, grep, they can take care of that functionality. They can handle multiple patterns, but find is not something which is capable to perform that there. Maybe some kind of an additional or extended executables if you have, then we can definitely go and do that part there. But there are a lot of limitations also with the way that how these scripts or these ready-made commands are written. We have to go for them also there. But of course, we can create our own wrappers, we can have our own applications, and we can manage through that, and we can move on with those things. So multiple options are there. But right now, you have the options to look for that particular like a value here. So then only it's going to give us, or it's going to work for us as such here.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I was not just only telling about that changing certain parameters or option in a single command, but I was wanted to ask you that can we also execute two separate command in one go itself? Like suppose find we are running, and then suppose we are running ls, and then we are also can we run the find option also?
No, I don't think so. It's there because again, if I go ahead and run a command, right? Find command is executed here, so it's going to give me the output. Either I can get the star.txt, or I can have a star dot text file there. But the thing is that it depends on like how you wanted to do it up, right? So I mean, the Dhanraj, you are giving that command, right? But that's not a single command. That's a combination of two commands there. So it's ultimately like you are executing two different commands. So there is no point on combining them when the efforts are there, because the commands which you run, you have to understand that how much load you are putting up on a particular Linux platform. So if you run like, okay, once you go for the tar file and once you go for the text file, right? So we have the two commands running there, executed there. Or you're saying that you can combine this. So, but technically it's the, two different commands. So it's not a combining of two commands here. This is just like, ampersand symbol is available here to say that first you execute this command separately, and then you go and execute this command.
Oh, okay. So it will run one by one only. Okay.
It will execute one by one only. So it's not a single command that okay, this command's output is going to be given to this command, or it's a customized command which is available there. So it's not really going to work in that particular sense here.
Okay, sir. Yeah, got it. Thanks.
And Anuj, I don't have doubt, but I'm just telling. I've tried find command without dot. After find with, followed by that no dot, then it is working and it is displaying the same output with and without dot.
Okay.
Like what you have find dot
multiple options are there. That's what I was trying to specify, that the commands, if we try to go in that particular direction, that what options are there, what options are not working, there are plenty of options are there. You run a command called man and
Okay.
do a find km, which is the online, not an online manual, but it's an offline manual. When you run this command, you will have a plenty of options. You keep scrolling down, you have a lot of options available there. So whatever options, see, it's like scroll is not even stopping over there. These are all like different options.
Correct.
So these commands are written in such a way they are doing like plenty of things. Not everything we can go and we can learn. I don't know all the options of find command also there. Because whatever works for me, I work with them, right? And very rare if some requirement stuck down or if some specific requirement comes in, then I do a little bit research and try to find out that what are the different other options which I can go and I can explore there. Because when you write the scripts, you don't write the codes like this, find a particular file with the tar there. So most probably I would be doing it up in such a way, let's say in the var log directory, I don't know, like I have a particular name. So the name should be let's say I know a partial name of the file, so I wanted to look for let's say star.log. So whatever the log files are there, I wanted to look for that, because I'm not sure what are the log file I'm looking forward there. Maybe I am aware of that there is a log file which is having a partial content as error. I'm not sure, like what is the extension, what is the path. I'm not aware of that. So maybe you put like that, and you will be able to get to know that okay, there is a error dot log file which is available there in a particular like a directory, in a var log directory, and we can go and we can utilize that particular option here, and then only it's going to be like taking care of those kind of like stuff over here.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. So definitely that's the kind of an options which is like really going to be available there. Right now, the problem also comes in that you are, when you're looking forward for the pattern. So let's say if I'm searching for a like a log file, let's take an example of this error log file, right? So what I did is like I'm not sure, right? So I'm looking for this file there. So technically this file does not exist. I don't have that file available to me, right? So if I'm trying to execute this one, if I'm trying to like move on with this, so like I don't get any results there. You can see yourself. So how we can fix this one? This is a big problem. Why? Because again, we will not be able to get the proper details. I don't have access to these proper details over here. So we also have a fix here. What is a fix? We have a parameter, we have a kind of an options using which we can go and we can take care of the functionalities. We can put the I over here in this one. Now, just like in case of grep command, I is used to ignore the case. So similarly here also we will be able to get the same functionality. We will be able to have the same options over here in this one, and we can take care of those kind of in like a setup same. So definitely that's the like a way, the purpose which we have to follow, and we are going to take care of those kind of in scenarios here. I'm able to locate that. So ignore case is going to help me to perform the same functionality, because again, I don't want to go and have that kind of in like a setup here. So definitely we will be able to get those kind of in values. So clearly that's the kind of an approach which is really going to be generated, right? So type
Here,
case.
here for the first command where you used it, hyphen type f hyphen name and under quotation error. So I can see you have got this var log Apache 2 error log, right? And the same you have got here also when you put I on that. So how it's different? I mean, I'm finding same result in both the cases.
No, I never said that you're going to expect to work kind of in different values over here, because the thing is that earlier I was not aware of the like a pattern, so I was doing like star error star because I was not sure about those patterns. But the moment I went on with the hyphen I, so again what happens is like I ignored the typecast that I don't know like whether it's going to be a lowercase e or it's a uppercase e. So I'm not sure about that. And when I did that, so what happens is like I was able to, go ahead and we can take care of those kind of options. So that's also like something we can go and we can do here. So the result is almost going to be the same, right? But the thing is that in the first one, I was not aware of like what is the extension, whether like the file name is error. I just went on
Okay,
and
okay.
provided a
I got. So you say first time you already have typed small error, and you got the
uh-huh.
answer. But when you made it capital error, there was no result. And then when
Yes,
you typed I
but
name, then it is reverse the
yes,
condition.
when I went on with the ignore case, that's where like we got that particular response properly here. That yes, this is
Uh,
the one which is coming up.
but Anuj, one thing. So if it's use ignore hyphen I name, ignore error log, right? So all other files should be displayed, right? No, not only that error log, right? All should be displayed, right? Because that
No,
is ignoring error log, right?
I
no,
think the
it's not.
pattern should be
It's
like
not.
errors.
It's not ignoring. It's not a pattern of ignoring. It's basically talking about that you ignore the typecast.
Okay, okay.
Uppercase, lowercase, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it's basically talking about that this is the one which is really going to make sense here. Again, I'm running the command once again that ignore the case. And what's going to happen is that we will be able to get that kind of an like a output here. Like, I mean, it's going to ignore the case over here and then, look forward for those values. Because you don't know like what is the file name there. If you know about the file name, then that's fine. You can go and you can proceed further with that. When you don't know the things in a certain way, so this kind of things are definitely going to help you in achieving those setups here. All right, perfect. Now when you run the find command here, so what you can do is like you can go ahead and you can put some kind of an additional commands. You can combine this command with something else. For example, I really wanted to go and execute. Now this one, what is exactly it's doing? So whatever the results you are getting when you're going to run the find command, so we wanted to go and execute the ls command on those outputs on those kind of in like a file. Whatever the results comes to me, so I wanted to run the ls-lrt over here. So you can see like using the hyphen exec, we can do that. We can perform that part here. It's a basic skeleton which we have to follow. We have to perform over here, so that we are going to see that how these implementations are really going to be generated here. So that's the kind of in values which we have to follow, and we have to take care of those kind of in like a scenarios here. So this is definitely going to help on those things here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, that you use that curly brace open close, right?
Yes,
After LRTA. So, what is that like?
you have to follow that. It's a part of the syntax,
And
so you have to follow that part here. uh,
okay,
let's
and
say if you wanted to go and look for all logs, so what you're going to do is like you're going to say like yes. I'm looking for all the log files and then putting it up into the kind of thing. Log files here, right? So whatever the logs files are present, right, in that particular directory. So with the star.logs. So I'm really going to look for that. I'm just going for that kind of an activity here, and then what's going to happen is that we will be able to go ahead and archive those into the particular log files over here in this one. So you can see like this is the command which is going to be executed here.
Sir, LRT means LART is
Which one?
hyphen LRT.
LSF and LRT?
Yes, sir.
We talked about the same command yesterday, no? So we were running this command yesterday to list down the
Yesterday,
files and
I joined first class today.
okay. So you have to actually go through the recordings once to have the complete understanding. But yes, this LSF and LRT is a command using which we can go and list down all our particular files and folders over here. So it's being used for that particular purpose here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, sir, that this command exec, so that is working left to right direction only, right? That left before exe, whatever the command is there, that is
Yes,
working
first
as
you're
a
running the find command. First you're going to run the find command there, and then you're saying that whatever the files are there. So we wanted to archive it up, but not every files is archived here. So I can see like only certain files are there. Let me try once again. So whatever, like first this command is going to be executed. So we are going to get all these files here. And then what I'm saying is that on these files, which the response which you have got over here. So we really wanted to go and we wanted to do the logs here. I wanted to create a log.tar file here. And whatever the files are there coming up, so that should be picked up automatically.
so that front slash and semicolon you are using, so uh, that is to stop the execution, right?
It's a kind of a backslash which is available there, right? So it's a kind of a break that once all the files are like processed. So after that, this is going to help it to go for the break there and stop it up with the execution. So it's used out there. So it's a kind of a syntax. But again, the important stuff is that here to the tar command, you're not giving any kind of an file names. So that's something which is getting picked up automatically through the find command, and then we are going to get those kind of options here.
So, I mean, you have so, till log, I understand, but you have added like hyphen exe. That is execution. I mean,
Whatever the results I'm getting using the find command, I'm basically going for the exec part. So the exec is basically used so that I will be able to go ahead and I will be able to have the archival performed over there. So I'm just archiving those files, which I'm going to get it up when I'm going to execute the find command here. So that's why we have those values.
okay.
So, sir, just curious to know. So, even before the exec, can we have also multiple commands? And
Which
then,
commands like these ones?
yeah, yeah. What I'm trying to say, before exec, right? So you are giving a find command. So before exec,
See,
can we
these
also?
options I'm explaining you because they are the extensive options
Okay,
available for find command only.
okay, sir. Yeah, thanks.
Uh, Anuj, once you log that tab tvf log starter, why it's only showing that Ubuntu advantage log? What about other files? Why it's not showing?
Yeah, validating that 1 second.
And also instead of hyphen exe, can we put and that ampersand and two times so that will work?
Second. Okay. We put ampersand symbol. I told you that it's going to be just a new command execution there. So ultimately, ampersand symbol is nothing but if you want to run two commands together, like over there. So that's where like we are trying to do. We are trying to perform there. So you will not achieve the same thing. So it's giving me the output, but the archive file is coming up as 0 over here. 1 second. Using the rm command, I can remove that file. I can do that. I can basically see that the file is getting created, and this file is just 1 second. Let me try this command on the server itself because it's a very simple command. I'll just do the copy paste there just to be sure. Because technically, I should be able to get multiple files, all the files, like uploaded there. But right now, only the file, a single file is getting uploaded, and that also not having any content. Because I can see the size of the file. I'll show you also like how we can find out the file size and of file any folder or like any kind of a file system. So we'll definitely talk about that. But let me run this one on an actual virtual machine because I'm using a different environment. So that should not be a problem with my environment here. So let me perform that part here.
Anuj, when I executed, okay, I can see that is working as expected. Like what I did, I entered .txt file, like search for the .txt and archive it. So after that, it is listed only that txt file under the current directory. If you want, I can post a screenshot.
Extension does not matters over here. If it's working for txt, it should work for the log files also, because these log files, like this is one of the log file, this is also second one. I mean, we have so many log files there, so they all should be archived over here in this one. So just give me 1 minute. So this is a beauty about Linux. I mean, I'm having a Linux platform to my local machine as a Ubuntu subsystem, but I can practically go and copy paste the same command on the server itself. So I don't have to worry about anything, because we do get this kind of inflexibility. Um,
Yeah, it is showing the last file only. Even I am also getting the same thing. The last file, whatever is showing, that is only displayed.
Strange thing. If I run the ls-lrt, we are getting executed this command on everything there. And if I create,
I tried with .log extension. I'm getting the proper output.
okay, so if I give the particular file there, if I don't give dot, if I give star, syslog is the only one which is going up there.
Yeah, whatever showing the last one, that is only displayed.
No, actually, the thing is, the size is large because the file, because if you can see, the size is like, I mean, we have to still talk about the size there, but the size is also somehow, it's not like coming up properly there. So
It's 10
um,
MB, right? Or
mhm.
10.6 MB somewhere.
this is
No, no, no,
this
no, no,
is
100,
this is
sorry, 100, okay, 106 MB.
this is going to be in bytes. So file is of 500 kilobytes, tar is of 100 kilobytes, which is wrong. So somewhere it's failing. It's like getting stopped in between. cvf star.log star-tvf. The tar command is not having a problem. Find I am practically trying to archive every file there, but it's like really getting stopped here. Syntax is correct only. These are regular commands which I use on daily basis, but suddenly it's failing. Hmm. Okay, if this does not works, we do have another command there, but ideally this should be working up there. It's very strange that this is not working up. So, I mean, the -a command is like something which definitely needs to work there. There's no reason why it's not working because pretty much other command works fine. So it's a kind of an issue which is available there. But we do have another options also which is available. We can pretty much go on with that part there. Because again, with the hard-coded names, again that is working fine. I still have to find out why exactly this is not working because it's a very basic command there, and the strange thing is that it's not even working. Okay, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Terraform. It's a 22.04 operating system. They might have changed in the operating system. 1 second. I have this 22.04. Where is my 20.04? Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just quickly find out this one because uh, I use it up on Red Hat, CentOS, all the different platforms in my organization. I never face that issues, but it's a very weird thing. So this is the previous version because in my local machine also, I think I have 22.04 only. So let's connect. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm just double confirming that it's not an issue with the operating system. So find type f hyphen name star.log. Okay, right, and then we are going to say exec tar cvf archive.tar. No, it's a kind of an issue. So either they change the command or something like that, because if I run some other commands, if I run some other commands apart from the tar, so it's like really happening up on each and every record which we are getting there. But only in case of tar, what's happening is that a specific file is coming up, like most probably the latest one only, like it's coming up there, right? And we are not getting that kind of an like a results over here in this one. So there is a kind of an like a issue which is really available there, and it's a very common thing, because technically what we are trying to do is like because if you understand this command, we are just doing what we are like running this command here, right? And whatever the results are coming up, right, on of that command, on that command we are running the ls-lrt command there. So again, Jigat, even if you like, if you go ahead and put our option over there, so like that's not going to be a valid thing there, because ultimately what you're trying to do is like you're trying to recursively go for each and every file and doing the archival there. We don't need to do that. So technically this command should work, because it's a very basic command. Whatever the files are coming up, we are picking up that input and we are getting it done. But again, if it's not working over here for you, that's totally fine. I have an alternative which is available there, which is giving us almost the same functionality and the feature here. And that's something which we call it up as an xargs. So you can see here that again, whatever the output you have got over here from the find command, I'm saying that I'm going to process that output over here as in particular input. And this pipe symbol which you see over here in this one is a way that how you can go and you can um, like you can combine two different commands there. So this is basically used for the filtration here, that you are going up and running a command, right? Find command you're running, plus on top of that what you're trying to do is like you're using the pipe symbol and doing the archival of that. So this is a perfect thing, because here you are not providing any pattern to the tar file, to the tar command. Here they are going to pick the patterns and according to that it's going to work for us, and we will be able to get those kind of an like a implementations here. So definitely that's also like something which is really going to give us the different benefits here. But we have another options also. For example, earlier what we did the grep-i content and readme.txt file, right? We did that functionality. So this option is also available, that using the pipe symbol you can definitely go and you can go and you can look for some patterns, right? Because like I told you that the pipe symbol is used to combine two commands there. So the ampersand symbol is something which is doing nothing but executing two different commands separately. So we are not going to get any benefits over there. But when you use the pipe symbol, so the main benefit of using the pipe symbol is that the output of the first command is going to act like a input for the second command here. So that's where the pipe symbol is going to work here. So here also it happens in the same way, that whatever the output you're going to get from the find command, the xars command is really going to take that output, use it up as a key, and then we'll be able to get the tar file created over here in this one. So this is also something which we can go ahead and we can perform, and that's how it's like going to work here. So I still have to talk about like why exactly those issues are coming up there, but yes, technically this is the way that how the functionalities are really going to work, and we will be able to get those kind of responses here. Right? So XRs also you can use it up, because if you feel a lot of times when you use that syntax, right? This syntax works perfectly fine here, but due to these backslashes and the colons over here in this one, so sorry, due to these backslashes and the colons, sometimes you don't get the proper response, right? So that sometimes causes the trouble there. So but again, with the help of the archives, which we will be able to go ahead and perform the things in a standard manner. So that's like definitely going to help me with those functionalities. If I don't want to execute like, let's say if I wanted to archive every file, so I can just simply remove the name part. I don't want to do any kind of infiltration. And but again, this problem is generally there, that it's only like archiving the file, like kind of in the last file, and all the updated ones is not there. So the file is somehow getting updated over here, and maybe like we have got a new version of tar file, so it's not updating there. So that's the problem here. Right? But we have other commands. We have the XRs command, so that's going to give you the response. I mean, we don't have to give this curly brackets and the splash colon over here in this one, and it should work over here. All right, perfect. Because I actually use this specific command, not of course because I actually like look for some log files and archive them into the like a backup and then put it up there. So this is a very common thing I do, but again, it's a very strange thing which is really happening today, and like that's a problem there. It's a very common. Like if you just look for this command on the internet, so you will be able to find out. Like everywhere they're using up this one as like an option, very basic one. So maybe they have changed that, and they have customized that part. So to get on those things there. So the tar command may have like changed the way that how it's like really going on there. So basically in simple words, it's not appending the file. It's like creating the file like uh, again and again there. But one thing which you can do over here is like uh, append we can do, right? For example, I have a tar file here. If I wanted to, let's say, um, I wanted to like add maybe read me, oh sorry, I can go and I can append the particular like a file to an archive file. If you have by mistakenly changed that particular tar file, and you wanted to do that, so we have that option. The same thing goes with the zip files also, because right now I'm not talking about zip, because in case of Linux platform, zip is basically a third party package. In case of Windows, it's a default thing which is there, right? But like I told you, in case of Linux, star is the one which is like really going to be considered as the default one here. And this is the reason why we can go and we can take care of those kind of an options here. So we can append it up there. We can use that with the exec command, but that's not I mean, that's something which is going to fulfill your requirement. But technically, it's not an issue with the command. It's an issue with the particular the sorry, it's not an issue with the exec way, like the way that how we are executing it, because the syntax pretty much works with other commands also there. So it's a change or a update which might happen into the tar command, where they are taking a little bit more kind of in security, and they're taking care of more like a kind of an secure aspect there, because technically we need to go and we can store particular backups like this way, right? But our functionality, our reason is to go and to make the things work. So xargs is the option which is available there. The same, because I have specified you, right? So if you just simply do a research on how to do these things or this kind of a task, you may get like 2-3 more option available there. So there is no limit on how many options are available in this platform. It's a very extensive platform. So you will not be able to get a kind of an enough information and details as such. So that's why it's very crucial for us to to feel like what are the different ways we can go and we can run the command. So that's an important stuff there.
So you mean exarchs is an alternative to, I mean, pipe exarchs is an alternative of exec, right?
Yes, because with the hyphen exec also what's happening is that it's saying that whatever the output is coming up right over here, that's going to
Yeah.
be passed on to the tar command. Because here in the tar command, you're not giving any inputs, right? Just curly brackets you are giving. So this curly brackets is going to give you the output of the find command. And then we will be able to get a file created, like a tar file created. But if you use the XRs, there also it's talking about the same stuff to run the command, right? And using the pipe symbol, we are saying that whatever the output you come from here, we are going to use that kind of an input as a information, and we can go and we can complete those kind of an activities here.
Okay. Okay.
Right, so ultimately our work should be done, and there are different ways. Maybe like there are 2 3 more ways are also available on the kind of in Terraform on the Linux side or on the Linux way. So we have a lot of options, but it's completely up to us, like what, because when you're going to run or when you're going to remember these commands, it basically depends on like which command you are more comfortable and which command you are running more frequently. So that's all things which is going to matter in the end there.
And what's this TVF, RVF, CVF? I mean, what does it mean in short
Uh,
that you have applied while creating tar file?
We're not doing the practical hands-on, I guess, because that's the first command we talked about yesterday. So
Yeah.
if you see your documentation, so C is to create the tar file.
Okay.
But once you get the tar file there, if you want to extract it up in a different folder, so X is there, and T is available just to see the output, like what are the different files present in the tar file,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got this.
right? Perfect. Now, if you do a blanket search like this, you have to be very careful, because if you do this, what will happen, it will look for all the folders which is really going to be present, which is going to be available into your particular Linux world there, because every path gets started with a slash there. So when you work in the live environment here, it doesn't really matter, right? But in the live environment, you have to be very careful never to run this command. If you run these kind of in commands, first of all, they does not gets closed, or that's going to get going to get finish in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. They are generally going to take a lot of time there, and you are in the end not going to have enough time there. Second, these kind of in commands puts a very huge load on the operating system. So these commands are recommended not to be executed there. So better to put your restrictions, whether you like, better to go and specify that, okay, I'm going to go into the var directory, and there only I'm going to look for that, right? So it's much better, because ultimately you're targeting up a specific directory structure. And I mean, I understand that sometimes we might not be aware of that folder there, but let's say if I wanted to go for a particular folder in the slash, and the name of that directory is what we have, like a log here. So I will be able to get all the log directories present in any kind of in file system or any kind of in location here. So now you can see like the command is still running. So try to avoid these kind of in commands, because they are very expensive. When I say expensive, it means like the platform is really going to take care of those kind of in like stuff here. So we will be able to get a hold of those kind of in like a scenarios here.
So, sir, how to kill any particular
We will do that. We
execution
will
or
do that.
command?
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what if we accidentally execute that? Is there any command to break in between?
Control C. That's what I'm doing. Control C. Right. Some
Okay,
commands
control C.
will not work with a control C. Then control Z is also there. Right. So if you run the command and say like control Z, so you can
Okay.
see that particular part here. So control C is something which is a graceful stop. Control Z is like a kind of enforceable, like because like I told you that you can try for a control C, but that may not work for you, right? So in such cases, what you can do is like you can do a control Z. Control Z is like a kind of enforceable thing, which means like it's going to be stopped for you, and you will be able to like have like the executions moving on there.
Nice. Good to know. Thank you so much.
It's
All right.
Control Z, Z for Z, right?
Z, yes, Z. It's
Okay.
mentioned over here, like see you can see here.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Now, the next command is the VA command. Now, see right now on that day, pretty much this is a command we executed to create a file. That's what we did there. But this is a very raw command. I mean, like this is something which is always going to help you to create the files, but again, it's going to be in a limited way. So what we need to do is like in such cases, we have to see like how the things are really going to be done, and we will be able to get the kind of and setups done in a standard way here. So that's very much important here because again, we have to see like how the kind of and changes are really going to be generated. Like that's the overall way here, so that we will be able to see like what are the different possibilities we are going to get, and we are going to get hold of those kind of in like values, right? So we have those possibilities, and we have to really go and take care of those kind of in like functionalities here. So that's the kind of in stuff which is really available there, right? Perfect. So we have the VI command. So we'll go for the VI, and we'll say like script.txt, right? That's what we are going to do. And when we do that, so like we are going to take care of those kind of thing like a setup here. So definitely that's the particular purpose which we have to like perform it up over here in this particular stuff here. So we will be able to get those kind of in like a possibilities. So we can take care of those kind of in like scenarios here. So different things is what we can go and we can talk about here, so that we can like see that how these things are going to be generated. So that's the important stuff here. All right, perfect. Now, this is going to, like, I'm just giving a file name here. So technically this file does not exist. So when I say like vi script.txt, so again, here what happens is like we are really going to have those options, right? So we will be able to have those kind of and like the values here, because again we will be able to get those kind of an stuff here. So when we are like going to get those values, so this script.txt file over here is something which is not available. So if it's not available, it's going to create from scratch. If it's already available there, it's going to open the existing file for the commit, for the modifications, for the changes here, that yes, we are really going to perform the code changes and the like whatever the content we wish, like we wanted to change, we are going to do that, and we are going to take care of those kind of like functionalities here. So this is a basically a kind of an implementations which we have to do, and we have to perform here so that we can have the changes done over here in this one. So that's how we are going to generate, so that we will be able to get those kind of possibilities. Now here it's a new file. How you will know that? You will be able to see in the bottom. It shows like it's a new file here, right? That's the kind of value which is coming up, and we are going to get those kind of options. We can definitely see that how the particular system is going to be like we will be able to get those kind of like a setup here. So that's the kind of value which we are going to generate, and different things is what we will be able to like touch base here. So again, how to do the modification of the file? Everyone, please just check, like look on my screen. So how I'm going to do that? So when you do that part, when you like take care of those functionalities, so what we really need to do is like we need to see that how the things are going to be done, going to be like performed over here, and we are going to take care of those kind of like functionalities here. So definitely that's what we have to like take care of those kind of stuff there. All right. Okay. So we'll say like I. So when you say when you say like press I, so you're going to be in the insert mode, right? So you will be like coming up in that particular part here. So again, when you go in the insert mode, so what happens is like we will be able to like add the content, like for example, hi, hello, first vi editor file, right? So we go in the insert mode, then you press escape, right? So when you press escape, what will happen, that you will be able to see in the bottom, you will be able to come out of the particular pattern here, and then colon wq. So W is basically for writing of the file, and Q is for quitting the file, that you wanted to save the file, and but before that you wanted to write the file over here. So when you hit on enter, what will happen, that the file is going to be recreated. It's going to be created over here. But when you open the file once again, what's going to happen? You will be able to see that it's not a new file. It's showing you that yes, I have one line available here. So 1L represents that there is a one line available over here in this one, right? So you will be able to, I mean, again, you can press I and go in the insert mode, do the changes, escape, colon WQ. And this is how you're going to edit the files when you will be like talking about the, because the whole DevOps, we will be like modifying different commands, different files and configurations. So it's very essential for us to go and learn this particular command here. This is very important command which you have to follow. So open up the vi command. Using the vi command, you're going to edit the file. You're going to bring the file in the edit mode. You press I, and when you press I, so you can go in the insert mode. You do whatever the changes and modifications you wish you wanted to do. You can do that. And once your work is done, then you're going to press escape and then colon WQ. So that's going to help you to quit the file, whatever the file you have created over here. So it's going to quit the file, and you will be able to come out of that particular file here. So that's the kind of an advantage and benefit which we are going to get over here, and then we will be able to get those kind of results here.
So we don't need to save the file. It will get saved automatically, right?
This is the saving which you're doing there. So when you say like escape colon wq, so that's going to save the file. But if you don't want to save the file, then you can say like colon q, and your file is going to be simply closed there. So it's like completely up to you, like how you really wanted to like go and do the save, and you wanted to preserve the file, you wanted to close the file, all that stuff is there.
Okay.
Hi, Anuj.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is the advantage of V over Nano?
So Nano is another editor which is available there. So those individuals, like basically it's a file editor, right? So ultimately the part is like we have to go and edit the files. But again, if let's say you wanted to like go and do the things in a standard way, or you wanted to like perform the like these setups, so using VI, you have a different way of writing the file, and Nano is again a different pattern, or you can say like a different way. So Windows like options comes over there, or gets utilized over there, like Control C, Control Z. So we will be able to get the functionalities and the implementations performed there. So we have all that options. Technically in the end, my work is like to get the file created. So you either create it out with a VI editor, you create it out with a Nano editor, it's same. I Because from the beginning itself, I'm using, like, it's been like around 13 to 15 years that I'm using Linux. So like I'm always using VI there, and but yeah, that's perfectly fine if someone wants to use Nano. Sometimes I use Nano also, so we like simply go ahead with that. So it completely depends on you, like which one you really wanted to use there. So VI or Nano, the end result is also going to be the same only. So we don't have much difference in there.
What is Nano? Actually, I have worked on VI's editor, but
We'll talk about that later on there. So
okay.
after this, I'll talk about the Nano editor also, that how it works there. So, but first of all, try to get familiar with the VI editor, right? So Nano editor, I will show you tomorrow. So again, I'm repeating, first you run the VI command, VI and the file name. If this file already exists, that's fine. If this file does not exist, a new file is going to be created. When you're going to be in the VI mode, you wanted to do the changes, so you can press I. So I is for the interactive mode, right? Sorry, not interactive mode, but for the insert mode. And we really wanted to go in and insert the changes, put the kind of in code changes. That's what we are like really going to be performed. And when we are going to like perform, or when we are going to insert the content, once we are done with that, so we can just press escape, and then colon wq, so which we will be able to we will be able to save the, like, I mean, we can save the content also, and then the file is going to be closed also. So that's what we are trying to perform here.
So, Anuj, can you edit and just come out without saving? Because when I click hyphen Q, it is not working, getting no rights since last change.
I have not asked to do the colon q there, because uh, W is basically writing up the kind of an like a file. So we definitely need to do that. Without that, it's not going to work. So you have to be saying like colon W, write the file, and then come out of the file. Then only it's going to work.
So I don't want to save the changes. So
Then you just say column Q.
colon Q. Yeah, that is not
Yeah,
working. That's what I said.
It's colon Q exclamation.
Oh,
that's a forceful kill. But again, um, it
Enter.
should work without that also. open the file, press the insert mode, go in the modification mode, changes mode there. Once your work is done, just press escape, colon WQ, right? So W is for save the like a content, and Q is for quitting of the content. Sorry, quitting of the file. Uh, if you don't want to save it up, then you can just simply say like colon Q and come out of the file.
When I try to quit by just writing column Q, it shows like no write since last change. Add the exclamatory mark to override.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
forceful one. So I guess some permission issues or some problem is there with your file. So just put the exclamatory symbol over there because that's a forceful one. So
Even I am
just
also
try.
getting the same thing. If you edit something and then if you don't edit, just open and then you can put it column Q, it is working. But if you add something and then without saving it and if you try to come out, we are getting that same error, what he mentioned.
So if you have not done, yes, if you have not done the changes, if you don't want to preserve the changes there, so that's a basically the exclamatory symbol is going to discard the changes. So maybe you are doing the modifications or changes there. So we need to discard that with the help of the exclamatory symbol here.
Maybe the file needs some permission like 5 cells or
If
something.
you are able to open the file here and it does not shows in the bottom as read only, it means you have the access. I can show you. For example, I am in a normal user, and if I try to modify a file, let's say I'm just giving an example. In the bottom it shows me that it's a read only file because I don't have the permissions there. So when you have the permissions now here, if I go and say I, so I definitely would not be able to save the content, right? So it's not like something which is going to be available there. If I said colon WQ also, so it's not going to work for me because I don't have the permissions here. So I have to quit the file, right? So I have to go ahead and discard whatever the changes I have done. So I wanted to go for the forcefully close over here in this one. So that's what we are like trying to do, and we are trying to perform here.
So first we'll close this file and then provide permission to the same file and then we can make edit.
Of course, then you have to give the permissions because right now I'm not logged in with the root user, right? So technically these files are owned by the root user, by the administrator user. So I have to because if I open up the file now, let's say this one once again, so now we don't have to follow that issue because again here I have the access to the file. Technically I have the permissions to the file and I can do whatever the changes I want. I can easily go and I can perform that. So earlier I was not having those kind of an accesses there, and that's why it was failing for me.
Okay.
Right, so nano editor I'll show you tomorrow. It's also an editor, but again it's your choice that which one to utilize. A lot of people coming up from the Windows background, they prefer to go for the the nano editor, right? So but it's not like BI is bad or nano is good. So it's just about your preferences there. So like I was telling earlier also that a lot of commands, once you start working on these, maybe some of the commands you wanted to use in certain way, and you don't want to use some other commands, right? So everyone have its own preference, and we move on with those things there. But that's a way that how these things goes, and yep, that's the functionalities. So we'll talk about rest of the commands there. So I mean, we have to talk about tomorrow complete on the Linux part, and the shell scripting is also there because in the shell scripting, the same options are going to be utilized, and we are going to take care of that kind of an options here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can we also use that notepad or gedit?
Uh, See, I mean, like you have the problem is that here, you have no GUI. You have everything as a command line only. So like that's why it's not something that you will be able to go ahead and we will be able to you will be able to have that kind of an options there. So that's why it's going to work in those kind of like stuff here.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Nirmal, column WQ is going to first write the file, and QA is going to close the file after writing of the changes. QA is not going to write the changes because Q is there for quitting up the content, right? But A is like for if there is any kind of an buffer content available there, or if there is any kind of an in-memory changes available there, even those things are going to be cleaned up, are going to be removed without saving the file content there. But the file is only going to save when you have the W mode mentioned over there, then only it's going to work. Fatima, basically, if you have successfully done the VI command, then of course the content will be there. You will be able to see the cat command because if the file is saved with the content properly, the VI command is surely going to work. But that's okay. Like I told you, that it's going to take some time to practice this. This is very important command, and certainly you have to practice this a lot so that we get comfortable with this. Because in case of Git, in case of DevOps courses, we will be doing a lot of file creations, modifications, configurations here and there. So at that time, these concepts will not be repeated up there. So you have to get familiar with these. But again, the only thing is that when you go back to the home, like after this session is done, you revise the topics and at least gain some practical hands-on on these. Because in session, a lot of commands are getting executed. You don't get much time on executing every of them, and you might have some doubts. You're trying to clarify those doubts. So try to have a practical hands-on at your home also after this session, so that at least the basic things you don't have to ask again and again, and you face issues in running these subsequent commands there. All right, so pretty much that's it for today, guys. Let's meet tomorrow, and we'll talk about tomorrow, and we'll continue over there. Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anush. Thanks, Anush.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.